Hey guys, it's Mr. Jasim20. Welcome back to another video. So I know it's been more than a week since I made a video, but I'm finally going to record the videos that I said I would record, which were my reviews on the Spider-Verse movies and the Transformers movies, because they actually released on the same month as The Flash. So it's kind of weird that the one that was released the latest was the one I reviewed the first. So today I'm going to review only Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and not Across the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse will be a separate movie. So without wasting any time, let's start reviewing. Okay, so basically the story of Into the Spider-Verse is basically there's a kid called Miles Morales who looks up to Spider-Man, and Spider-Man ends up saving Miles from Kingpin, and because of that, he dies. I know he died because, well, it's actually explained in the second movie, which I will talk about it when I review it. But today I'm only going to talk about Into the Spider-Verse. So, before I say anything, this video might contain spoilers for Across the Spider-Verse. So if you somehow didn't watch Across the Spider-Verse, maybe you're in the UAE or Saudi Arabia or Egypt, because Across the Spider-Verse is actually banned in those three countries, because, well, I don't like to get into that sort of stuff. So I might address it when I review Across the Spider-Verse, but right now it's none of my business. It's actually none of my business, but I might address it in the next video. But right now I'm only going to talk about Into the Spider-Verse. So this universe's Spider-Man, his death is actually explained in the second movie due to canon events and anomalies, but I'm going to talk about them in the second movie. So after Spider-Man dies, his DNA goes into this super collider, which is like a multiversal device that brings people from multiple universes. So because Spider-Man's DNA touched the collider, it got other Spider-Men and Spider-Women from other universes, specifically Spider-Gwen, Spider-Ham, Spider-Man Noir, Peter B. Parker, and Penny Parker. So Miles, before he got saved by Spider-Man, he got bit by another radioactive spider, that spider will be explained in the second movie, but let's be honest, we all know that spider that bit Miles was from another universe, because it was glitching before it bit Miles. So, and it was explained by the Canadian lad, who's actually a YouTuber who breaks down movies at point to fabric speed. So if you guys, if you're interested in those type of videos, go watch the Canadian lad. He has some amazing videos and he breaks down trailers, movies, and series. So go watch him. So anyway, and with the help of the other spider people, he learns how to become Spider-Man, and at the end of the movie, he defeats Kingpin and he becomes his universe's Spider-Man. So that's the story. It's a pretty good story. But something that I found very interesting is that I think there is more action in Across the Spider-Verse than in Into the Spider-Verse. But yeah, there is more action in the second movie. So this movie made me, Across the Spider-Verse, made me realize how much I love Into the Spider-Verse. And I'm going to start with the pros. The animation is amazing. I can tell that they took a long time animating this movie. But I don't know. I feel like even though I'm reviewing Into the Spider-Verse, I feel like I'm going to talk about Across the Spider-Verse, because Across the Spider-Verse really answers some questions we didn't expect. Well, I'm going to address them in the next video, but right now I'm only going to talk about Into the Spider-Verse. I really liked Kingpin, and that whole Olivia Octavius plot twist where she turns out to be this universe's Dr. Octopus, that actually caught me off guard. Actually, I did not expect her to be Dr. Octopus. I actually didn't know. And now I see why Miles was covering her last name when he arrived to class very late. It was Olivia and he was covering her last name. So I really like that detail. And I really liked some of the characters. My favorite had to be Spider-Man Noir and Peter B. To be honest, they were all my favorites. I really liked the anime Spider-Girl, Penny Parker. She actually shows up in the second movie, but only for like a brief moment, for a cameo. She's up in like 2 scenes when Miles finds out about canon events and in the ending. So, Spider-Man Noir, I really loved Spider-Man Noir. Spider-Ham I really liked him. I really liked that he was a cartoon character within a cartoon movie. I wouldn't call this movie a cartoon. Sure, it's animated, but I find that there's a difference between cartoons and animation. Sure, they're both the same thing within how like they're made, but I don't know. Like anime, there's a difference. So anyway, the cons about this movie, I don't know. I don't know what I didn't like about this movie. No, I think this movie is perfect. This movie reminds me of The Batman. I don't think there's a single problem I have with this movie. Or maybe there is, I just don't know. Hold on. No, there actually isn't a problem with this movie. This movie is perfect. I think the only con about it... No, there isn't a con. No, I don't think there's a con. So, anyway, final score. I'm going to give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I'm pretty sure the score is very obvious. It's a 10 out of 10. So, before I say anything, I was actually one of the rare people that after I watched Spider-Verse for the first time, I didn't like it. The first movie. I thought it was good, but I didn't instantly love it like other people. Fast forward to 2020, then I said, hey, let me watch the movie again. And I see why people love this movie. I see why this movie won an Oscar for like, what, best featuring animated movie? I don't know what the category was, but it won an Oscar. So next video will be my review on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And oh my god, that movie, I'll talk about it in the next video. Anyway, see you guys in the next video.